actually doing some work. Hold on a second. Steve, you want to do that? Where I put the box for that?
No, I already put it in
Okay,
here.
you're in there?
Yeah,
All right.
so 1142 after tax, tube and labor.
Just tube and labor.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's see your. You got it.
Oh, look at buttons. Threw some lube on the chain for you too. Getting a little bit on the dry side. Perfect. We have working brakes. Feel good. Raffy's gonna win. There you are, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'll tell you, Merry Christmas. I might see it before then. We'll see.
I'm gonna assume that it will probably happen.
You in the boat or you like?
Here, let me throw your bone real quick.
All right.
Awesome.
Have a good one.
Merry Christmas.
See y'all. Take care.
Hopefully I don't see you again before then.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Ooh, here, I'll read that in a second. I just pulled this out of a customer's tire. It is, well, we don't know what it is. It looks like a bone. So, today's been a fun day. There's been, it's been slow. The weather's scared people off apparently. And so, I actually got the chance to do some work on a old Cannondale like head shock bike and did some brakes on it and got it working good. So what's up, Ronnie? What's up, Ben? Who else is in here? Just you two saying stuff. I will get to your question in a second. I gotta wash my hands. Sorry, it's gonna get loud for a second and bright. I left my gimbal sitting somewhere. Yeah, they're like early 90s maybe. So early 90s with some brakes from probably early 2000s. I had to lengthen a cable to bleed out some Avid brakes, old Avid elixirs, and put new hose on there and new hose stuff. It bled pretty good. Everything worked good. So brakes are working good. They should last for a while. Hold on. I gotta go tinkle. No, I do gotta get some lunch. I've been meaning to. I skipped breakfast. I got distracted this morning with working on that bike, and we just kind of hung out and talked and worked on bike, and then turned out to be like lunchtime, and then I got distracted again, and now it's stream time, so you guys are gonna have to walk around with me a little bit. And oh man, why'd you have to go say Chick-fil-A? I'm gonna have some meat and cheese sandwich thing with some baked chips. All right, so what's the question here? Shimano XT lever is loose and spring is broken. So start with calling Shimano. Oh man, why do you guys say wings? I love wings. You're killing me, dude. I don't have any wings right now. I have to go make like actual lunch. So if the spring is broken or missing, I would call Shimano first and see if there's anything they can do about it. After that, it is most likely replace the lever. The bleed's not super hard on that, but really I'd, if you got a shop nearby, I'd actually bring it into them and see if they'll call Shimano for you. But Shimano's usually pretty good about working with stuff. See if they'll even just send you the spring. It's not super hard to rebuild those levers. Oh, my tea is still really hot. Yeah, I know, dude. It kind of sucks. They're usually pretty good. Yeah. Ooh, front or rear lever? Let me know. I might have some spare parts. I have some broken levers at home. Oh, broken brakes in general. They're leaking through the levers, but most of the hardware is still good. Food time. I don't have my gimbal plugged in. Let me go set my gimbal up. I gotta make lunch now.
Yep.
Now I'm done fixing things. Ooh, gimbal's charged too. That's good. I almost forgot to plug it in. So Catrike called earlier. I just didn't answer. I was working on something, and I figured there wasn't much I could tell them. So the message is from Catrike. That's on the machine.
Oh, what were they asking?
I didn't hear the message. I just let it go to voicemail because I was not going to be able to answer. All right, man. Happy you stopped in. Happy people are available at 2:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, go work on the truck, man. I've been working on my car lately. It's been a lot of fun. I have not been filming it, even though I should, because I got some cool stuff I'm working on. It's all boring stuff to mountain bikers, but if you like car audio, that's what I've been playing with. Flipping stuff around. See if this will balance itself out. Sweet. Alright, gimbal's running. So we're hopping into the fridge. Got some carving board rotisserie chicken, provolone cheese, sharp cheddar. Got some honey and some barbecue sauce. It's about to go on a bun. It's going to be delicious. I gotta dig out my unhealthy chips in a minute. Sorry, it's gonna get plastic baggy. Oh, my arm is killing me. Good barbecue sauce. Took me a while to find good barbecue sauce that actually uses real sugar. This stuff does. Claims it's 100% natural. The ingredient list isn't too big, so I go with it. And it tastes delicious. I catch it when it goes on sale at Publix. Bring out some Martin's potato buns. It's lunchtime. There's never an apology for lunchtime. It happens. You guys catch me on lunchtime. I usually end up working right up until it's time to eat. My nose itches. Fresh local honey. I put honey on everything. It's always the normal people that are hanging out. You guys need to like break some stuff or come up with some good questions for me. At least somebody had a question for me today. Slackers. Got a layer of cheese, got some meat and some more cheese. It's been a very slow day at the shop today. Meat. So it's cheese, meat, cheese, meat, cheese. There's 4 slices of cheese and whatever's left of the meat in here. That's how I roll. A little bummed I don't have an oven. Normally I grill these things up. But we're looking to do some type of an oven setup in here at some point. Cheese, more meat. You guys seriously just hanging out, listening to me talk about cheese and meat? You guys are a trip. I don't even know who's here. Oh, I've just enough. Smoked provolone cheese. Ah, turning my cheese. I ripped the cheese. Ignore my bad dad humor. And polish off the meat. Have more meat. Meat's part of every good diet. If you're not eating meat in your diet, unless you're one of those people that doesn't eat meat ever in your diet, you're doing it wrong. I'm only going to make fun of those people that don't eat meat all the time. I'm a carnivore, so that's all I eat. And yes, there's a very good possibility. I should lose some weight, but I really like food. And what I should do is I should just ride my bike a lot more, but I still am waiting on a new bike, so we'll see if that happens. Ooh, so anybody that follows me on Instagram knows that I bought a new thing. It was told that I have free 2-day shipping, it was shipped out on Saturday and it is arriving today. So I call BS on the 2-day shipping, but I am happy it's almost here. If you don't know what it is, you will have to wait till Tuesday. I will hopefully be using it this weekend and then have some testing. I also have a floor pump test that I'm going to be doing soon, comparing the old floor pump I had to... Sorry, it still itches. The old floor pump I have to the new Crank Brothers pump that I just picked up. So we will kind of do a bit of a shootout on those and compare them and see if I can get rebuild kits for one or the other and see if it's worth rebuilding over not rebuilding. Who knows? So I promise I will only show you my sandwich long enough for me to move my gimbal. Perfect. Good. So I was really happy with the Bontrager pump that I got. It's lasted me 4 years. It's lived its life in my car, in and out of my cars, and survived quite heavily. But I am looking now to see what is currently available. So yeah, I'm gonna do some testing of the new Crank Brothers pump that I got soon, probably this week, and we'll have a video for that as well. If I have the perfect pump recommendation for you, give me 1 second. Let me get the proper name of it. If you're available to look this thing up, I highly recommend that you do, and then you can laugh at me. Come on, buttons. Okay, yep. So what's cool about the Crank Brothers pump that I've got is that it does high volume, low pressure, as well as high pressure, low volume. So you can pump up the tire quickly to low pressure and then flip the switch and polish it off for high pressure. This will do 110 easy. Just look up any Silca floor pump. Silca. Their own category just for floor pump. All I have to say is never use one. Oh, they've got them as cheap as 150 bucks. They do some custom ones that are upwards of $1,000. Hey Steve, what's our price on the Crank Brothers pumps?
29.95.
Okay, so the Crank Brothers pumps that I have here are only like 50 bucks, which is only 10 bucks more than I paid for the Bontrager pump that I had, and it has more fun features than the Bontrager pump that I had. I still have it. It's just the seals are finally starting to wear out, so I'm only getting about half stroke of the pump. What's up, man? All right, let me so the answer to your question is yes. The difference between the and I'm gonna pull this up real quick on my computer so I can see it better. I can read your question out so everybody can see it anyway, but this just helps me. Give me 1 second. I am getting to your answer and I'm gonna get to it as precisely as I can. And as simply as I can, I guess I should say as well. Alright, so where am I at? I gotta find my own live stream. One more second. Alright. Alright. Bikes, bikes, bikes. The best sign ever. Alright, so let me scroll down to the question again and read it out. It's hard to read on my phone. I'm streaming directly from my phone. I'm waiting for my laptop to wake up. Alright, so the hollow style bottom brackets versus the square taper. So with the square taper, they're usually using a steel axle that's running through, and steel is actually fairly pliable, and it's almost a solid chunk. So not only are they pliable, they're slightly heavy. I've got a square tapered titanium bottom bracket, and there's a lot of flex that happens as you pedal. So for the average person, is there really much of a difference between any like the Holotech style bottom brackets or the two-piece bottom brackets that run through the bottom bracket? The average rider is not going to notice too much of a difference, but as far as ease of use and chances of wear and tear, square taper bottom brackets typically show signs of wear before the other ones. But if you've got a square taper and you're not trying to race with it or save weight, then keep your square taper. There's not enough noticeable difference for most riders to go between the two. So if you're upgrading and that's what you got available is one of the hollow style or two-piece bottom brackets, go with it. If you've got a square taper and you're just going to keep using it, there's absolutely no reason to upgrade from there. Just keep using it. Hopefully that answers your question, my friend. And thank you for a good question. I like that one. Sorry, I'm eating lunch at the same time as we're doing this. I got a little distracted earlier. Hey, look, I answered the thing on the thing. Ooh. We got some new stuff in the shop, too. I'll flip my camera around. We now have clothing in the shop. Where's Mountain Bike Mom? There's pink stuff here. She'd get all kinds of excited. Apparently my gimbal has a little bit of drift. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Yeah, so the bearings and square taper are also a little less precise, so there's going to be a little bit more friction. But yeah, like depending on the bottom bracket, you can get some really nice square taper bottom brackets and really nice square taper cranks actually. So I'm not against them at all. I just happen to have most of my stuff doesn't use square taper anymore, and I changed them out on my road bike as well, except for my old road bike. My new road bike has the titanium bottom bracket in it, square tapered, and the only reason is because I needed a new bottom bracket, and there was one at the shop, and Jason was like, "Hey, here, just put this in your bike." So I don't see too many people running out to go buy titanium square taper bottom brackets anytime soon. It's tea time. It's always tea time in my world. Sorry about the stuff on the screen. My screen is still cracked. I haven't replaced the lens yet, or the screen yet. It'll happen soon. Guess I should open this. It helps. What's this button do? Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been nice. Oh, did you guys see the sign at the thumbnail? I made a new sign today. It was great. I gotta find a better color. Watch the whole live stream like this. I like that one. You guys are interrupting my lunch. It's really hard to see with the light coming in through that window. I'm gonna walk outside for a second and zap myself every time I touch metal. I walked too far away from Sunday. I walked too far away from the Wi-Fi. Anybody looking for a orange Cannondale mountain bike? I've got one because orange is the best color because it's bright and it's obnoxious. Travel bike, maybe an endurance fit road bike. Got 28s on it. Looks good though. I kind of like it's bright yellow and grayish, I guess I'd call it. Got a bunch of Cannondales. Ooh, are rental bikes. Rental bikes have colors. Because who doesn't want absolutely ridiculously brightly colored bar tape? I must have walked too far away. Yeah. Oh man, it's been a long day so far. I should have kept going. It's weird. Blue is the fastest color. I don't think they understand. That's why the Trek is black and blue. It's two colors that you don't want to be, so you just have to go faster than everybody else. Just click the numbers if you're trying to.
No, I'm trying to look for this invoice, but it's not,
Showing up under.
there.
Huh. The color looks a little weird on my computer screen. Go back to normal. Yeah, that should be the invoice tab, right? Oh, you know what? When was this? Oh, that should be. Status? See what status pulls up. Just click all.
I'm trying to get rid of this, cause this, I don't even wanna see that, but I can't go up here to, remember before you had a drop down here, now
Yeah.
it's not happening.
Hit the home button again. Just up here.
Yeah, well, they changed it again, look,
Yeah.
it's changed, they got rid of submitted ones.
Yeah, carts, orders, and invoices.
See, they
That
had
should be
another
everything.
tab
Yeah.
underneath here that said submit, and now it's gone again. These guys keep changing their website. Let me get out, I'll go back in, I'll close it. Try to go back to it again. Cause I think these are the black that we
Yeah,
ordered.
we'd
that-
ordered
and
quite a
they're
few.
And they back ordered them, now they've sent them out, I think. But I got no acknowledge of an email, I just got these invoices and it doesn't say back order on it or nothing. I don't
Huh.
know. Well,
Might almost be easier to call these
yeah, I
guys.
know, yeah.
I'm a big fan. I hate calling people.
This guy is, Nathan, I know, just, Carlos was here on Saturday, I should've
Yeah.
told him about it.
Yeah, no, it's easy enough to just look stuff up online most of the time, but if their websites aren't working, and it's fun dealing with distributors when their websites don't do the right things.
Yeah, I know.
They're actually super cool. Though I am actually kind of afraid to ride my bike in the rain. Because, titanium. I do have to say titanium is quite a bit stronger than the stock steel. Like cheap, I can't really call it stamp steel. It's not really stamped. It's pressed. I don't know. It's stretched, extruded. There's definitely the best thing I'd say is almost just ride a bike that isn't square tapered, that's similar to what you have, and see if you feel any difference. Don't expect to feel it, just ride it and see if you notice. Ride a section of trail or road that you're used to riding and see if there's any real difference. On a mountain bike, older bikes, it doesn't matter as much, especially if you're riding like full suspension. Yeah, no warning. It's. I don't ride my road bike much, so it's not as scary. But yeah, I can definitely see the same issue with carbon. Carbon can, when it gives, sometimes it gives no warning and it just gives, and a lot of sharp, pointy, jagged edges. So yeah, it can be scary. I should get that while it's still on sale. Carbon frames, I'm less afraid of. Carbon handlebars are kind of more of a worry for me. Just especially with the way I ride, there's a lot of chance of really weird things happening with carbon. Carbon fork I've been doing for a while. That carbon's fine. Have you watched Seth's video on the box carbon race frame? Basically the whole race bike that they gave him to demo him and Phil Metz. If those two can ride a carbon race bike and not destroy it, you're fine. Cool seeing some new faces on the live stream too. His thumbnail is great, but I refuse to watch that video because I know Bobo. I don't want to do it. I should. He's a good friend, so I really should watch his videos, but I don't know if I can bring myself to watch that one. I had a feeling it would be. Ooh. I don't really need snowboard goggles. Oh man, those are cool though. They not answer?
Yeah, he's on the phone, I can give him a,
Gotcha.
went right to his voicemail, so I figured he's on the phone. What's this, junk again?
Probably. I don't really look too much into the mail. If it's first class fish, I put it up there.
Well, most of it's coming to us, like here anyway, so. So I did this morning too. I got through all the dealers that, yeah. So sweet, yeah.
Oh, I had quite a few more characters I could have added to my title. Get some more Shimano certifications. Seems like a good thing to do during lunch. Shimano's got to stop coming out with so many new things. It's hard to get certified if they keep adding new things every week.
Where's the email? Afternoon, little cycle shop. RL 75.
I like ETAP and Shimano Di2. Yeah, it's super fun. Sorry, I'm stuffing my face again.
Do you know the guy's name for, you know, the guy that used to do your shirts here?
I don't remember who used to do our shirts actually.
He comes in here periodically and wants to see if we want to do any business with him, but he wanted a mountain bike, so I was thinking of that yellow one.
Yeah.
But I can't remember his name.
I can't either. Jason would remember him right away.
No, I asked him too.
He couldn't remember either?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the number on here. Aren't these guys in the village?
I think so. I think they're pretty local.
Was it over here?
I think they're close. Yeah.
You're gonna take a walk.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, UPS is here. It's like Christmas. So, I is SRAM's electronic shifting, and SRAM uses a wireless shift system. Shimano, on the other hand, their Di2, their Di2 uses a wired system, but they now have a wireless transmitter kit that they're doing for Di2, which is kind of cool. And then there's another company, and I can't remember their name right offhand. They do an electronic shifting conversion, and Seth did a video on it. It's pretty cool, where you basically have this little box that you bolt to your chainstay, and you use your standard cable-driven derailleur, and you remove your shifter, and it's an electronic wireless kit, and the box moves the cable for you, so you can set it up with any derailleur and it'll work because you just got to set it up for what type of derailleur it is, and it knows the pull. So you can go electronic for like $100, which is cool. If you wanted to do that, I personally have not really had any issues with cable driven, so I have no reason to change it. It is cool for people who are against 2x because they can't seem to shift correctly. You can set up automatic correctly. You can set up automatic shift maps. So as you move up and down the cassette, it will also shift the front chain rings as well. Hey, that's probably the wheel that Eric was waiting for. Probably the wheel that Eric was waiting for. Man, it's like Christmas in here. What's up, man? Not too much.
Jason ordered something too. I don't know what this is.
So, yes and no. Electronic shifting will be precise all the time.
He's a backward with me.
Hey, look at that. The stuff that we weren't really sure we were getting.
Thanks, man.
Have a good one, man. So with electronic shifting, you never have to worry about cable stretch. You never have to worry about missing a shift because of broken cable. There's no cable issues. There's no my cable got dirty. It just works internally. Now the catch is if you don't charge your battery, then you don't shift. There was a right there. I've actually got one right here too. But if you don't charge it, the battery life is some ridiculous amount of time. It's like weeks at a time or something. With Di2. Now with ETAP, if you travel with your bike, you need to remove the batteries because the system automatically turns on once it realizes that the bike is moving, so vibrations, and it will turn on and it will kill your battery very quickly if you leave your batteries in ETAP while transporting your bike, which is dumb. But that's how that works. The tires?
Yeah,
Sweet.
we got them. So
All
you
right.
might want to take them off of that one, right?
Are those 25s?
These are the black
Those are
ones.
23s. These are the Ultra Sport 23s.
Cool.
23s.
What we needed.
23s.
Yeah.
I think we needed Ultra Sports one way or the other, but we're still just short on 25, which is all that I put in the last order.
Okay.
So we'll see what comes up in the rest of these boxes. If you want to hand me one of those boxes. You want to hand me that box underneath you? It's like Christmas. I want to open things. See what we got in here.
All tires.
Hopefully.
That was a back order, yeah. Here's the- Yeah,
Hopefully.
25s are in here.
All right, good.
For the
Yep. So if we got 25s, then we'll pull the 25s off that order.
Yeah.
Yep. So here's some 25s.
We got like abundance.
That's
So you know what? I think
Abundance
I
for
might
now.
keep them in this box, because
well.
we could put them on the.
I think I'm gonna rearrange over there a little bit and kind of sort how things are and give us a little bit more room.
Yeah, this was a double order, back order, okay? So we ordered it. This is like coming from.
Jane B, Quality, and a company that we just started getting stuff through is H2. And that's who we just got one of our big shipments in from. And we got a bunch of stuff from Quality that came in today as well. So, we are going to be working on the Wallow tires behind me and getting a little bit more organized. And I think I'm out of hooks, is what I ran into. But we have slat wall that's going to be going up soon. so I'm just gonna make do with what I've got available right now, and then we will go from there. So we're gonna get some price tags on some stuff. Yeah, we like J&B, except something about junk and J&B junk and bullshit is what the bike industry is aptly nicknamed J&B. They're getting some nicer stuff in now, finally. But before they really were like, you get like Sunlight stuff and some of the stuff that you put on kind of anything. I hear a phone ringing over here.
I got it.
Maybe it's just echoing.
Good afternoon, little cycle shop.
All right, so
Yes.
we're gonna price some stuff, and hey, look at that, a bike.
Yeah, how you doing, man? Not bad.
Somebody else with a Diamondback. Diamondback has some cool road bikes, man.
Yeah, it's all done here.
Again, I said the word road bike and cool in the same sentence. I swear it won't happen much. But it looks like I'm doing a thing.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
We're open,
I'm dropping off and picking up.
Dropping off and picking up.
Yep.
All right, what are we dropping off?
So this is my wife's.
Okay.
She wants to have, she got some clip pedals.
Cool.
She wants to have those put on. She brought the shoes, or she sent me with the shoes because she didn't know if you would need them.
No, but we can put the cleats on.
Okay, that's cool. And then she's also got her backs. She thinks her back's flat.
Okay.
So she figured while I was here, if you guys could take a look at it and replace the tube if you need to.
Yeah, not a problem. I've actually got some free time, so depending on how much of a hurry you're in, I can throw it up and take care of it now.
Yeah, sure, that'd be awesome. I'm not in a hurry.
Then we can do that. So yay, I got a bike to work on. Well, it happens. I live stream every Thursday, and like right as I'm getting ready to live stream,
Stuff happens.
either everything happens or nothing happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I sit around I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do today on this live stream? Well, I don't know. So yeah, we'll check the tires as
Okay.
well.
Actually, what I'll probably do, because I'm trying to think if I can get both bikes in the truck. Probably not.
Of course, you can get both bikes in the truck.
You think?
I don't know what kind of truck do you have.
It's a Colorado, but it's a short bed.
Wherever you can.
Yeah, you can get both bikes.
Okay,
We'll be strategic with them.
that works.
All right.
Remind me
Yeah,
that I took that off.
I can do that.
I'm not saying that I've ever forgotten one, but I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
All right, so boxes of stuff.
Yep.
So we'll start with this box.
Yep.
And then we will move onwards and upwards. I have a razor blade. I moved it.
We got here shoes.
Yep. Shoes and cleats, and we're gonna
And I'm picking
some
up.
tires, and you're picking up the new Diamondback.
Yep.
Very nice.
You're the gentleman with the Diamondback.
Yes, sir.
Okay. XT's good choice.
Yeah. Yeah, she came in here first to figure out what she'd want.
It's a good plan.
Yeah.
Shimano's hard, and yeah, this is actually a really good choice. I'm a big fan of like the mountain bike style.
Okay.
pedals and shoes.
Yeah, we've got our friend over in the UK that, kind of got both of us turned on to cycling in general, and
Okay.
he was saying the same thing. It's like, you don't want to be walking around flopping everywhere.
Like this.
Exactly. You just want to be able to walk like a normal
I
person.
want to get off my bike on a walk.
Yeah.
So there are pros and cons. Road shoes definitely have their place.
Yeah.
If you're anything like me, I'll get on my bike and I'll ride without the intent to just go ride my bike. I'm gonna go ride and go wherever my bike takes
Yeah.
me. I want to be able to walk into a store. I'm like, oh, this looks like a cool place. I've never been here. Get off my bike, lock up, walk into the store.
Yeah.
Which you can't do with road shoes comfortably. And do with a little silly.
Yeah.
So, pedal swap today. That's a fun thing to do. I haven't done a video on that yet. Funny story about Diamondback. I always like funny stories about Diamondback. It's been fun, the fact that Diamondback's kind of jumped back into the bike game so strong recently. Hearing people like, oh, I remember Diamondback, they were blah, blah, blah years ago, and they still make bikes? Yes, and I actually pushed them really hard because they're making bikes of the same quality as the large brands, not the same price of the large
Yeah.
brands. So, like, why would you want to go any other route unless you just really want to trek because you grew up on Treks, you've had Treks your entire life, and yeah, I just want to put myself on a Trek or Cannondale or Giant or whatever. But like, if you can get essentially the same bike with a different name on it and better components than what you would have got for less money,
Yeah.
why? Why would you spend more money on less? So it's been fun trying to explain that. I've been really happy with every single Diamondback that I've put together recently, including some that have had some problems when we got them in.
Well, yeah, because when she did this one last year, it had a bad braking system or
Yeah.
something where
No,
it needed to get
this-
swapped out. Yeah.
This is the one that we called, and
Yeah, and they
we
sent
called
out the-
Diamondback.
yeah.
They sent out the tool for us.
Yeah.
I knew this looked familiar. Yeah, so they're like, oh yeah, all you need is this. And we're like, we're a small shop.
Yeah.
It's like an $800 wholesale tool.
Yeah.
We might do this, what, once?
Yeah, exactly.
Twice? And they're like, that's a good point. Let's just send you one.
Yeah, that works.
Just when you're done with it, send it back to us. I'm like, okay, cool. And it was great too, because when we got it in, I'm like, I've never used this tool before. I don't want to test it on a customer bike. So I just brought all my bikes in here.
Yeah.
So I refaced all the brake surfaces on all my bikes, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. So yeah, they've made me really happy lately. We had a box come in sometime last year that the box looked like it had been through
Yeah.
the worst of the worst. Once I opened the box, there's a note inside that said, hey, this was the last bike that we had of this style. We didn't have any spare boxes. We took the bike out, we inspected everything, we put it all back together, everything looks good. We apologize for the state of the box. Like the fact that you took
Yeah.
the time to write this note to us, because normally it's like a bike shop, we're like, okay, the box is a little messed up. Well, we'll do what we gotta do and we'll make it work. Yeah, most customers don't see the box, so
Right.
I'm not too worried about it. On the wrong side. Oh, this way. Yep. So yeah, I've been happy with them. One of the few brands that I can say I'm quite honestly happy with on everything that I've dealt with them so far. Other than the fact that they have no bikes for sale right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so hard to find like every bike. I'm like, oh, it's a great bike. I want that one. And then, oh no, we don't have any left.
Yeah. I was thrilled when I saw that they had the one that I wanted in my size. That's been my problem, is I can find them, but not.
In the size that
Yeah.
you need, or yeah, it's been a bit
And
tricky.
especially with the Black Friday deals, that helped.
Yeah. Guessing you got a good deal on that one.
100,000.
Oh jeez.
You got another one coming?
No, that's that's that one.
Yeah, they were doing a special, buy two for twice as much.
No, actually,
Bite.
there is another one coming.
Yeah, we do have another one coming in. Buy two for twice as much. I like it.
Yeah, it was, I had checked,
Because yours is like a bluey color.
yeah, mine's the 3.
There's a purple one coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to a purple one. For some reason, like, one of the biggest reasons I wanted to Trek for so long is they had a bike that was the most amazing looking purple that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want just that bike, and everybody's like, really? It's purple? I'm like, it's come
Yeah.
on, it's awesome. Don't complain.
Yeah, it was closed for a little while because they had a Hanjo with the, it was carbon Ultegra, but it was like $600 more. And then when I saw this one, come out for under $1,000, it's like, yeah, that's what I want.
It's like-
I mean, that's all that I need. I'm a runner. I'm biking to cross train. I don't
Right.
need, a performance bike. I just don't.
Nobody needs a carbon bike until they ride one, and
Yeah.
they never want it.
And that's the other reason why I didn't want one, because I knew I'd never get anything
It's
else.
like I will never buy another bike because I made the mistake of buying a carbon bike. and
Exactly.
Now I can't ride anything else. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the tube out and check
Okay.
the tube. It's normally what I would do if you had left the bike here, I would have just inflated it and let it sit. But,
Right.
Um,
Now, I mean, she's already pumped it once, and it deflated by the next morning.
okay.
So we're pretty sure it's got a hole somewhere.
And it's probably got a hole that's I may not be able to find.
Okay.
But if I do, then that's great. If I don't, then we can just replace the
That's
tube.
cool. Yeah.
I really like these bikes. This is probably the one that came in that kind of sold me on their road bike.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that is way cooler than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, we got enough 23s on this side now.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna need 23s for a while.
Nope.
25s will need to keep stocking. But 23s are probably,
Yeah, we got like, this was that for sure double shipment stuff.
yeah, that's all right. We don't have to worry about 23s for a while, which is good. We can stop pushing 23s because that's all we have for a little bit. Everything was on back order. I'm like, oh, you guys are killing me. Like I could get pink ones. They had a pink stripe. Like, okay, I can get pink ones. I guess I could try and. I guess I needed to just mount one to a wheel. I'm like, look, this is how much pink shows. It's not that bad.
I mean,
I'm like, you really need to tie it right now. Not here, but just to save the hassle of it being something small and growing bigger over time, we're just gonna,
that's cool.
we'll just pop a new tube in there.
That's fine.
Oh, what size we got here, 28.
Did you say had a rack for your bike or?
What's that? I just got it.
I just got the truck, yeah.
This is yours too.
Okay. Awesome. We'll put that in the car.
Sure, go for it.
All right, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go back to work.
Thing I wanna get is get our own custom bags.
And like,